Welcome to this episode of Don't Be Lazy with Laser Safety, with your host, myself, Robin Cheung. Today on the show, I'm going to introduce you to the 4 classes of lasers, along with how they're used and how to use them safely. Lasers are used in a wide variety of fields, from the military to medicine. Many of the portable electronics that we use today use lasers, such as CD drives, barcode scanners, thermometers, laser pointers, and police laser speed guns. There are 4 classes of lasers, beginning with Class 1. Class 1 lasers are safe under any normal operating circumstance, and no maximum permissible exposure level exists. Class 1M lasers are also Class 1 lasers, and they are safe except when optical instruments are being used. An example of a Class 1 laser in normal everyday life would be in a laser printer. Class 2 lasers are visible lasers which are safe for accidental exposures of less than 0.25 seconds. Class 2M lasers are also Class 2 lasers and are safe unless optical instruments are being used. Class 2A lasers are safer than Class 2 lasers, with a maximum exposure of up to 1,000 seconds. Many laser pointers are of this class. Class 3 lasers can be visible or invisible. Class 3 lasers include lasers of Class 3R and 3B. Class 3R lasers are not safe, but of a low risk. Class 3R lasers cannot exceed 5 milliwatts of power. Class 3B lasers are hazardous except when viewing the diffused reflection. Continuous lasers in Class 3 cannot exceed 500 milliwatts. Pulsed visible lasers cannot exceed 30 millijoules per pulse. And pulsed IR and UV lasers cannot exceed 125 millijoules per pulse. Finally, we have Class 4 lasers. Class 4 lasers are dangerous and high-powered and present a fire risk. Class 4 lasers are also dangerous even when viewing the diffused reflection. Class 4 lasers are lasers that exceed 500 milliwatts in power for a continuous laser, and pulse lasers that exceed 30 millijoules per pulse. Now that I've introduced you to the 4 classes of lasers and how they're used, I'd like to talk a little bit about how to use them safely. Lasers can be dangerous to both the skin and the eyes. Class 2 lasers are generally safe, but can injure the eyes if the blink reflex is suppressed. Class 3 and Class 4 lasers are dangerous both to the skin and the eyes. Damage to the eye comes in 2 forms: damage to the retina in the back of the eye, and damage to the cornea in the front of the eye. Laser radiation is magnified by the lens of the eye to the retina by a magnitude of about 100,000. Damage to the eye occurs through a process called explosive evaporation, where the eye is essentially boiled. I'd like to thank you for joining me today on Don't Be Lazy with Laser Safety. I hope that I've taught you a lot about the 4 classes of lasers and how to use them safely. Please tune in next week with your toddler for Quantum Mechanics Hour. Until then, laze safely.